Oh, yeah. Sorry, I did have this queued up. As you guys heard last week, Liam Payne from the popular group One Direction, who was a guest on the show, tragically lost his life. And, you know, too soon, too early at a very young age. It's a very sad event that I know saddened a lot of people. And
it's crazy because he's the same age as me.
Yeah.
So bro, it just like it didn't feel real. It was just like, what? No, it doesn't make sense. Like it just happened. So it was just.
And there's a lot. I think there's like a lot of details, like kind of still coming out about what exactly happened, toxicology, so on and so forth. But I mean, regardless, it's obviously a super tragic event.
Yeah,
I really liked Liam.
Yeah,
I thought our podcast with him was cool, and even afterwards, like we exchanged numbers and like texted, and I really got along with him. We went to a concert together, like I think that night. And yeah, I mean, condolences out to his family and his friends because it is so sad. The one thing I do want to say, is apparently there were reports of him being a little erratic in like the hotel lobby, and they knew he was like not in a good state of mind and just sent him back up to his room, which like if you're the hotel, I could see why like that's what you do with like a rowdy guest. Yeah. But I would encourage people to just check on your neighbor. Like if you see someone going through it, even if they are a stranger, like you gotta not be afraid to go up to them and be like, hey, are you okay? Or like, can I talk to you for a second? And even I think back to like Kevin Hines, who survived the fall off the Golden Gate Bridge, and he was talking about his drive on the bus. And I asked him, I was like, what do you like wish someone would have said to you? And it was just like, hey, like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Or like, can I help you? Or just engage in conversation. I feel like people are often like afraid of that interaction or afraid of that of thy neighbor, and I feel like humanity could do a lot of good if we kind of just extended a helping hand sometimes, even if it feels like a little scary.
But this for sure, and all is great and right. But this didn't really like come out of nowhere though, right? Like he's had some.
Yeah, I guess there was signs here and there that he wasn't okay. And he hasn't been okay for
a long time,
for quite a while now. But I don't think anyone ever expected him to just pass away, to actually die.
Well, I mean, one of the other issues with knowing that someone has a problem, whether it's mental or substance related, is like, you can't really do anything about it besides be there for them, and make sure that they know that you love them and that you're there for them. But other than that, like it's a very personal fight.
You can try and take them to see a therapist, rehab.
You can encourage them, but at the end of the day, it's a personal choice.
It's dude, it's so hard. And you're right, it is a personal choice, and like that battle will always be like understandable to oneself. And to like intervene in that and be like, oh, like here's how you get out of it is much easier said than done. But like he just shouldn't have been left alone in his room. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like it's as easy as that. If someone like even just delayed his trip up to his room, it doesn't need to happen at the age of 31. It just doesn't. That was kind of like a little learning I took out of it. Like I've been in situations in public where I like see someone crying.
Yeah.
Like literally just go up to him. There's no shame in being like, hey, are you good? Everything okay?
It's just
you never know how that'll affect somebody.
Yeah, that in a one-time thing, it makes a ton of sense. It's just unfortunately for people that are around it for a long time, there's only like so much you can kind of like put up with. And it becomes this like great struggle between wanting to like coddle and then wanting to cut off to protect your own sanity. And so it's really hard to like ask someone to always be there babysitting someone and watching an addict or a mental health sufferer, because it takes such a toll on the life of the person that you're asking to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so like really at the end of the day, it comes down to making sure they know that you're there for them. But the idea that you're ever going to always be able to be with someone all the time, it's basically just sacrificing your life for theirs. And it's an unfair ask.
They have to decide. They have to decide themselves.
Not to end on such a sad note.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Liam, man. Yeah, I guess that's it.